All right, all right. Let's get into it. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to another episode of The Breakdown with your girl, Marcy. Super excited today to see you guys again virtually because y'all know we family, twice removed on the babies, daddies, other cousins, sisters side, and everything else in between. One of the things we're going to be talking about today is purpose. What is your purpose? How do I define my purpose? How do I discover who I am? And all that other good stuff in between. And we're going to get a lot of our notes and kickbacks from one of my favorite writers and speakers, the belated Miles Monroe. If you don't know about this book, add this to your watch list, The Pursuit of Purpose. I promise if you did not know about yourself after reading the book, you'll learn more about yourself and how you communicate when it comes to work-related things, personal relationships, how to handle family. It's just a lot of good read, but we're going to talk more into it like in some more episodes and so forth. But we're going to go ahead and jump into it because y'all know I'm a visual person, and I like to think of us being a blank canvas, okay? We have so much on our minds, so much going on in our lives. And so it's just a matter of figuring out, where do I find my place in the midst of this great world? Where do I find my place in this relationship with the person that I'm dating? Where do I find myself when it comes to the job, and my relationship with my supervisors and my coworkers? Where and what is my purpose here? All right. And whenever you understand and see that you can just start over, use your life as a blank canvas so that you can be an example for somebody else, it's okay to start over. I promise. I've started over a lot of times, and I can honestly say I've learned so much. I have grown so much in being able to share that experience with other people, like even through these different YouTube channels and so forth. It does make a difference, and it does give a sense of fulfillment and a feeling of like I have succeeded. With that being said, one of the points that I do want to bring out in the book, because if you don't know the book or you haven't gotten it, I'm going to start out small with the first chapter. And right whenever you finish the accolades, the acknowledgments, the preface, and all that other good stuff, first thing that comes up is, until purpose is discovered, existence has no meaning, for purpose is the source of fulfillment. Boom goes the cannon. First chapter to kick it off. What a great way to start it off. And it's the truth, because some people will say, Marcy, I've been going through this, I've been going through that, I've been doing this, working hard, putting in the hours, or communicating with this particular person, thinking I'm making progress, but I just don't know, where do I fit in? And I'm getting a lot of feedback or kickback from my family members or coworkers. And I say, when we see ourselves as a blank canvas and see how, we just start to just relax, relate, release, in the words of Whitney Gilbert from A Different World, just to give credit where it's due, we need to have that moment where we can just sit back, stop, pray, meditate, clear our minds, clear our hearts to really say, why am I here? What am I doing? Because we can't afford to let other distractions and mess come into our lives to say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's all that boo-boo kind of stuff. And then when people say, oh, but you're not old enough, you're not smart enough, all these other types of distractions, oh, you can't do this, and you're not qualified, and all these other negative things that try to come up in your life, guess what? It doesn't matter. You just keep pushing. Because at the end of the day, whenever you do your praying or meditating or getting yourself out there to try to figure out, where do I fit in? It's going to help lead to developing more of your character, which other people try to challenge. Look, that's another type of distraction. People try to challenge and say, oh, but you got to do this. You got to compromise to have that. You got to do this. You got to. And all I'm seeing is a bunch of mess. A bunch of mess. Excuses. And then you start believing it. And then you're saying, oh, well, she was right. Whenever I did try to go for that promotion, I didn't have the education, or, I'm in high school and I made a poor decision and I have a kid on the way, all these other distractions. It's okay. As long as you make up in your mind that, hey, I need to stop, breathe, and think about this thing that is bigger than myself. All these other distractions that we are talking about that is messing up, or you say mistakes, messing up your life and doing this and doing that and taking up all this valuable creative thinking and activity. It doesn't matter, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's all about where do I go from where I'm at right now? What decisions have I made, whether they were good, whether they were bad? Because, you know, the choices we make now are life-changing, long-lasting, and they are going to make some type of impact on your overall development. But the best part is, no matter what the outcome is, depending on what you do after the fact will determine how far we really go. Okay, so like I said, all this stuff is going on. You got all this, as they say, mess in your life, distractions and so forth. But guess what? It does not matter, because at the end of the day, when we look at our life and how it pans out, nobody can take you from your purpose. Okay? Nobody. It's just a matter of time for you to figure out and get that discovery at the end to say, you know what? There's more than one way to get this done. There's more than one way to have that done. And once we see what our purpose is, there's always going to be a way out, a way of escape. So you should never feel trapped. You should never feel like you're lost. You don't have any type of escape. Because whenever you do what's right for you, and whenever you align those things with your beliefs, there's always going to be some way out to get out of the mess that you're in. So I always recommend praying and meditating. Get your mind right, clear your heart, make sure stuff is in alignment, because you want to put the positive thoughts inside of your mind. Number 2, develop whatever skill or gift that you have. Get it to a level of perfection. Okay, we're not aiming for perfection, but, you know, enhance the skill where you become the expert. I shouldn't say perfectionist, okay, because that can be something not beneficial. 3, after you start to find, or once you find out what your gifting is or your talent and ability, it's important that you get hooked up with people who are, as my dad liked to say, a little smarter than you, just a little smarter than you, because you need mentorship in order for you to really see that way out in developing and finding out what your purpose is. And once you do that, it's time to excel, it's time to grow. And once you're growing and excelling in that gifting and ability, because you done found out what your purpose is, you got to share it. Because it's only selfish if you don't share it. And who benefits from that? Nobody. Because you might have something that I need. I might have something you need. So why be selfish and keep it all to myself whenever I know my purpose in life is to smile, to engage with other people, to make this product. And that's one of the topics that we're going to talk about next week. You know, when it comes to this level of engagement and finding out your purpose, it will and it has to benefit other people. Because if it's only benefiting you, you're not fulfilling what you are put on this earth to do. So with that being said, if you don't know your purpose, you'll discover it today. Take the time, be still, get quiet. Get a notepad, get you a pen, write some things out that you're good at, and figure out what is it that I'm good at that will benefit somebody else. And I promise you, just like what we talked about a couple of weeks ago about giving back and helping those positive endorphins just release and go and grow. That's how great products are made, how services are created, how you got now these entrepreneurs and business owners and all these different people, because they've taken the time out of their day, their week, their months, their years, etc., to really develop to say, what am I good at? How can I make this into something that will be beneficial not only for me, but for somebody else, so that I can fulfill what my purpose is. All right. So until next time, I love you, smooches, and I will see you next Wednesday.